Hey, good afternoon, Moore Medic 1. Today we have a pretty good specimen on the bench for repair, and basically what it's doing is got an oil leak. As you can tell from all the debris and the grime and grit that has accumulated, and we've got fresh oil right here that's getting blown from the flywheel. I'm surprised the flywheel is as clean as it is. And we've got some apparent oil here inside the blower shroud. So what we're going to do, I suspect that the flywheel side crankshaft seal has been damaged or compromised in some way. So let's go ahead and pop this flywheel off and take a look and see what we got. All right, it's a 19 millimeter, just regular threads, nothing special. Let's go ahead and thread the nut back on just to help protect the threads. Now, the idea behind pulling this flywheel the way that I'm going to show you how to do it, I've done it this way for years. There's going to be some of y'all keyboard commandos saying that this is going to destroy the engine. It's not, because you're not going to just sit there and cram away on it. And basically what you need to do though, you need to be sure you have a little bit of crankshaft in play, in and out. So what I'm going to do is get me a long screwdriver. I'm going to find a spot on the block and the flywheel, and I'm going to put just a little bit of pressure towards me, with the screwdriver, just so it has a little bit of pressure and all of the in play is towards the camera. Get you your air hammer, set it up, put it right in the center of that crank, and it's not going to take much, but just take your screwdriver, put a little pressure, like I said, towards the camera, and give it a rap with your air hammer. Bam! Didn't take but a couple of whacks. Yep, my suspicion was right. We've got a leaking flywheel end seal. Look at all the wetness dripping right down. Let's pull this seal out and see if we can find maybe a spring or maybe a lip curled or dry rotted. Most of the time they just get worn out. Guys, if you don't have a seal puller like this one, it's okay. You can just take the seal and drill a hole in it, but you got to be careful you don't damage the sealing surface of the block. But you can drill a hole in this seal and run you a metal screw down in there and just pry it out with a pair of pliers. But if you have this puller like this, and I'll link this in the comment and the description below, they're not that expensive and they work great. So let's look down in here. You can see the ball bearing. It looks okay. You just want to make sure that it's the sealing surface here is not compromised or damaged in any way. This main seal is damaged. Also, it is just brittle and hard and not very supple. And as we can tell, there's the damage to the seal. And that's not from pulling it, because my pullers, my jaws were on this side and this side of the seal. And here is where it was leaking out on the bottom. That's one thing, good thing about that puller is that seal damage is minimal, but you never want to reuse a seal after you pull it out anyway. But there's the damage to the seal, and that's why it was leaking. So let's go ahead and get a new seal, and we'll install it and put it all back together. Clean that surface real good. Crankshaft too while you're there. You can take you some emery cloth and clean this rust off here, but it doesn't interfere with seal installation because it's cone shaped, and the seal will never touch this area of the crank here when you install it. I like to put just a touch of Honda Bond HT right around the edge of the new seal, just to help it slide in and seal against the block. So let's go ahead and get it set down in there. And these seals will go in by hand. I'm going to take an Oregon 40-140 edger blade, and I'm going to slide it right over that, and I'm going to push down, and that's going to seat that seal flush. And guys, that is it. Just wipe off the excess Honda Bond, throw your flywheel on there and torque the nut, and you will be good to go. Alrighty guys, we got that little Honda engine sealed back up and good to go. And then guys, if this is your first time to my channel, I appreciate you coming and watching, and I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. Hey, and while you're there, hit that bell so you'll get all of my notifications. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.